What's going on, everyone? My name's Obi and welcome back to Courtside Financial. It's a super special day as UXIN finally released their end of the year earnings, so we're going to get into that today. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any videos. Make sure you hit that like button because it really does go a long way in helping out the channel. And lastly, if you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube, click the link in the description to join the free Courtside Financial Discord. That's how I found out about UXIN, by the way. When you open up your new brokerage account, you'll receive one free stock valued anywhere from $2.50 to $250. And when you make that initial deposit of $100 or more, you'll receive another free stock, and this free stock will be valued anywhere from $8 to $1,600. Lastly, cryptocurrency is now available on WeBull, so you can trade cryptocurrency on the platform with zero commissions. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about UXIN. It's currently 4:26 p.m. Central Time here in Texas. Right now it's at $2.94. It is up 45.32% for the day, and here in the after hours we're up 0.34%. So amazing day for UXIN, and let's talk about what's driving the price. So basically, this is what happens when a company is priced for bankruptcy. You know, the stock was trading under $1 at some point. A lot of people lost confidence in it, but we did our research to give us the conviction that we had in the stock and determine for ourselves that this company was actually not going to go bankrupt. We watched the fundamentals improve and we figured that out before the market did. And I'll drop a flashback right now. The quarter ending in September, there was a lot of pain in the company, and that's what happens when a company is completely shifting around their business model in multiple ways, as UXIN has done. You know, new CFO, inventory owning model, getting rid of their finance units, etc. If you go back through the channel, I did not hold this stock at that time. I actually started talking about the stock after there was a lot of pain in the company because I saw it as a buying opportunity. As I mentioned in one video in particular, I was hoping to hop in this stock at the inflection point, just when things are turning around. Even though the share price has risen, I don't really care too much about that. I care more so about what's driving the movement in price. Is everything good under the hood? I'll add more to my position as the fundamentals get better and as the market really starts to see this company as something that's viable. So this time around, I think that the earnings have a bigger story to tell than ever. It's going to let us know if the company's going to need more time, or are they moving in the right direction, and is it pretty much go time for UXIN? So we'll see what happens, but as of now, this is still a risky investment and I'm proceeding with caution. But I really do like this company, and I think that there's a huge opportunity ahead of them. Whether they execute and capitalize on that is another story. So long story short, I'll cut to the chase. I don't want to take up too much of anyone's time, but basically today UXIN had a stellar earnings report, and it showed all the naysayers that the company had reached its inflection point, and things are actually beginning to turn around. The sentiment around the company is becoming a lot more positive these days. Not comparing the two companies, but this reminds me of NEO. Why NEO had that huge run last year in 2020 was because NEO was also priced for bankruptcy at one point. So this is why some of the companies that I buy at the time, of course there's more risk, but they're not profitable. I buy when there's blood in the streets. This is what happened so far with UXIN. It turned into a home run. The sentiment I've pretty much echoed in all the UXIN videos that I've done, most of them that I've talked about this company, was that when a business makes a bunch of huge changes, there's going to be a lot of pain in the short term. It's not just going to be like they're flipping a light switch and you get to reap the rewards of the changes that they made. It's something that happens gradually over time, and this is a prime example of why you can't lose sight of the future. Back then, CEO Kundai even said that these changes that they're making today are going to make the company more profitable tomorrow, and they showed investors, and of course they still have to show investors, they have a long way to go. The company's still losing money, so don't get it twisted. This is still a risky company at this point, but there's a lot to talk about here. And I want to give a few honorable mentions before I actually get into the key points of the earnings report, because the research that goes into stuff like this, it doesn't happen by me on my own. You know, everyone who's been a part of the community has been helping out, so I want to give a few shout outs here. I did write their names down so I don't forget any of the names. But first of all, shout out to Bigfoot, moderator in the Discord. He actually brought this company to everyone's attention in the Discord. Second, shout out to Fuzzy Rome, shout out to Normandy, shout out to L Jeff, shout out to Stock Dummy, shout out to Slammin for all the research that these guys have provided along the way and just helping each other out. I really do appreciate it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys who've heard what they had to say about the company as well, you guys appreciate it too, so shout out to you guys. But now we can get into the earnings report. So UXIN this time around in the last quarter of last year actually sold less cars than they did a year ago, dramatically. They sold 2,307 cars this time around. Last year they sold 28,302 cars, so that's a huge difference. So why would the stock be moving upward? Like I just said, they made a bunch of huge changes to their business, and at the end of the day, it's about the numbers. So let's keep on going, and you guys will understand a little bit more about what I mean. The way they sell cars has changed dramatically. They used to have offline distribution channels. They used to outsource cars from third parties as well, but now they're a true internet company, and that's why the partnership with JD makes so much sense these days as well. UXIN completely got rid of their offline distribution channels. They don't source cars from third parties anymore. They switched to an inventory owning model. So the way that they sell cars is completely different, and that's what I mean when I say that there was short-term pain that was going to come about in the business. During the last 3 months of last year, they completely finished their transition to what they want the business to be, how they want it to function, I'll say actually, and revenue only declined 31% year over year. They had $49.5 million in revenue this time around, this quarter, last quarter of 2020. Think about that. Revenue declined only 31% year over year, but they sold about 91% less cars. That means that the company is getting a lot more profitable. That means that the company is moving in the right direction. That means that means that they can really do less with more these days. And in my opinion, that's amazing. That's part of what makes this a stellar earnings report. That's part of what makes this an excellent earnings report. UXIN's gross margin last reported was negative. They gave guidance saying that it would be in the positive digits this quarter, which is really good. So it's actually at 2.9% positive gross margin. So the gross margin is actually positive now. It's only a matter of scale and continuing to increase those margins until the company reaches its first quarter of profitability. Next quarter, they gave guidance of 5% gross margin. That's amazing. That's really good. This company's definitely trailing in the right direction, and really that's all I wanted to see. You know, I just wanted them to fall within guidance. I didn't care if they hit it on the low end. I didn't care if they came close to it but didn't hit it, but they actually exceeded. They blew those conservative estimates out of the water. This goes back to the whole thing of good Chinese companies under promising and over delivering. On the high end, revenue guidance was $44.1 million. Like I just said, they did $49.5 million. So you have to take your hat off to them on this one. A future catalyst for revenue is that they'll be opening up a new location where they'll have 1,000 cars. More cars means more sales, means more revenue. Like I said, this is still a money-losing company, but the company is getting more profitable. They had a loss of $26.5 million this quarter, but check it out, that's 82% less than they lost a year ago in the same quarter selling more cars. So you really can't be mad at the numbers here, and what we're seeing with the share price is that's why it took off. There were high expectations before the earnings report was even released. The market priced in perfection. The stock shot up around 60%. Today we're seeing it shoot up another 45%. And I haven't even talked about my gains in this company. You know, I think I'm up about 145% in such a short amount of time in a market where stocks aren't, growth and tech stocks aren't necessarily trending upwards. So not to say that I know what I'm doing, not to say that I'm an expert by any means, but anybody can make money in a bull market. You really have to know where a business is going. Fundamentals always trump short-term movements in price. In my opinion, they always have their day, but I'm super happy about it. If it feels like there's a lot of high energy in this video, that's because there is. But that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below. I want to know what you guys think about this stock. I'll link the free Discord in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and congrats.